Hello and welcome to today's recording on this perennial student question: how many paragraphs should I write? I've got to say my normal response is to be a bit bewildered. Haven't really understood the question, don't really get it. There I am being bewildered. I'm not angry though, that person looks angry. Well, I look angry there, but I'm not actually that angry. Just don't quite get it, but I think I've worked it out now. So you must let me know if I did. So number one idea is an essay is a pie. That's my analogy, and I hope it's helpful. And yeah, it's something that you have 50 minutes to bake, and no matter what comes out after 50 minutes, that's the pie you made. There. So let's move on. So no matter how many paragraphs you put in, the essay is the same length. So there's a 6-paragraph essay, there's a 10-paragraph essay, but the essay is the same length. There, I knew I should have done maths. So I'm just saying it over again. If you write 1, 6 or 10 paragraphs, the essay is the same length. It's a 50-minute essay and you've just chopped it up a bit differently. Oh. So why would you do it? Why would you cut a pie into slices and not just hand over the whole pie? So I'm going with my analogy here. This is one of the most beautiful pastries in the world, a millefeuille. But it's incredibly difficult to eat. When you start eating it, like the top comes off and all the cream mushes everywhere. So there is a different version, mini millefeuille, and you can just, it's bite-sized and you can manage them and you don't get, I don't know, stuff everywhere. So I hope that you can transfer this analogy to your essay. I should have been on the one before. I hope you can work out that I'm saying it makes an essay easier to read. So now I have worked out so that's what I meant by, like, you just write your essay in 50 minutes and it just is the number of paragraphs that you choose it to be. It's the same length of essay. But I have worked out what students meant by how many paragraphs should we write. So every so often I would agree to answer and say 6, a completely random number. But the more paragraphs I actually said, people would groan. And I now realise that you're thinking things like, if I just said, 2 paragraphs, you only need to, they'd be like, oh, that's great, that's great. I've got 50 minutes to write 2 paragraphs. I can do that. And I might even have some time to like sit around and do some extra panicking or something. Like, I get it done in 10 minutes and then I'll have 40 minutes off. Or maybe if I said, you've got to write 10 paragraphs, they would think, I'll never manage it. 10 paragraphs, that'll take me way more than 50 minutes. I'll overrun into the next essay. Oh no, what am I going to do? Whereas really, I meant you've got 50 minutes, either chop it into 6 or 10 or 3 or whatever. It's up to you how you chop it up. It's up to you. So I wondered if the question had come from GCSE teachers just telling people what to do, and they've worked out that in the time available, about 3 paragraphs in the way they've told you to write will be about right. It's like a quick fix rather than explain it all. And I completely get why you would say that if you're trying to get 30 people through an exam. You tell me if you think that's where it's come from. So, supplementary questions. Does each slice or each paragraph have to be the same size? And the answer to that is no. I haven't done any fancy diagrams here. No. So some paragraphs will be very small. You've made your point. You might have whacked in a quote. You might not. You've made your point. Move on. Some paragraphs you wanted to quote from all different areas of the text and even lob in a critic and then take you like aside. It's they're very variable. When you start, do you know how many paragraphs, you're going to actually write? And I'd say roughly, you've got your plan, or you've seen in your introduction how many points you're going to make, and you're going to make 2 or 3 paragraphs of that point, 2 or 3 paragraphs of that big point, like sub points. You can probably see how many paragraphs it's going to be, but only roughly. Okay, so how about you might say, I could say to you, what about the students who have written band 5 essays, and they're all over the model essays page, and I'm wondering why you don't go and have a little look at their essays and see how they've worked this out. And then I've taken pity and I'm telling you that I did look, and I've looked at loads of band 5 essays, and some of them have got 5 paragraphs in them, and some of them have got 11 paragraphs in them. Just some people like to break it up a bit more for their readers, and some people like to force their readers to go on and on and on without a break. But it made sense to them, and it made sense to the examiner. So that's what I'm saying. There isn't a right way. It's your own style. But one big long paragraph, no. You're not helping me to follow your ideas, and it's a splurge. So more than one. I'm not sure if did this help? You let me know.